Hello, my name is Hannah Johnson. I'm going to be presenting research on students with disabilities in higher education. I received my bachelor's in social work from USI in April 2019, and I will receive my master's in social work this semester. So, a little bit about my research. So, the scope of the problem is the barrier. The big thing is the barrier to higher education when you have a disability. So, as you can see, the percentage of the population holding a bachelor's degree is about 35%, a little bit less than 35% of the general population. And for people with disabilities, that is nearly half. And that's just a bachelor's degree. Anything higher, more advanced, graduate school, it's about half again. It's between 7 and 8%. So clearly, there are significant barriers to people with disabilities having the same access to higher education that people without disabilities have. So, in exploring those barriers, I would like to address the students who are at the intersection of disability and a history of discrimination. So, students of color, LGBT students, students who don't conform to the gender binary. These are students who are already in a marginalized population, students who are not from this country are international students, students for whom English is not their first language. These are all barriers that are already in place. And when a disability is stacked on top, it can become incredibly overwhelming. So, as far as what can we do? Okay, we have this information. We know that it's difficult. So, what can we do about it? I've broken it down just a little bit, and I have a suggestion for instructors, making sure that students in the classroom know where the Disability Resources Office is. In our campus, making sure that everybody knows where the building is located, where the office is located, how to access that second floor. And making students aware that they are free to use those resources. Even if they have never received an accommodation for a disability before, they are free to use it, even if they don't feel that they need accommodations. They are free to speak with someone in that office to see what their options are. So, a lot of students in college either never received accommodations for an existing disability, either because there wasn't proper funding or they were homeschooled until high school graduation, or a myriad of other reasons. They may have never received an accommodation before, or they may develop a disability in college, especially with that college age, 18 to 25, being an onset age for several mental illnesses, the stress of college causing anxiety or depression, and sports injuries or car accidents or other kinds of injuries causing a traumatic brain injury. So it's possible that a student has never received accommodations before and may need a little extra guidance. So making yourself available as a professor or as a advisor of faculty, staff, making it known to your students that you are a resource and you can be that catalyst from a student struggling to a student being successful. Another important thing is allowing visiting prospective students to indicate if they have a disability before the visit to campus. This is important because the tour guide at USI knows that someone in their group may need a little more assistance than the rest. And it also lets the prospective student know that USI takes accessibility seriously. I believe that this campus does take accessibility seriously. I believe in the work that has already been done by this university and allowing students the opportunity to say, I need these accommodations on my visit to campus, can allow the students and the parents to experience that. So, in general, be mindful of students and audience members with invisible disabilities. So when giving a presentation or a lecture or showing a video, make sure that everyone is able to see, everyone is able to hear, and everyone is able to understand. Because there are plenty students with invisible disabilities that are often flying under the radar and going a little unnoticed. And it can be embarrassing or it can feel unsafe or uncomfortable to draw attention to that disability. And especially if the presenter or the lecturer is not giving a space for students to say, I can't hear, or I can't see, or I have processing problems and I need you to go a little bit slower. So giving students with invisible disabilities an opportunity, either during office hours or after a lecture or through email, giving them the opportunity to say, I'm not sure that this format is going to work for me. Can we think of something else? Or can this be accessible to me in a different way? Can we put this presentation on Blackboard so that I can access it in a way that is most beneficial for me? As I stated, I truly believe that USI holds accessibility as a priority, and I would like to improve upon the changes that have already been implemented in the last couple of years. And I want to see our campus community grow even more accessible. And I want to continue to be as proud as I am of our little community at USI.